All right, morning everybody. Bear with me today. I'm the lone wolf. I got pictures and everything today, so might be a little bit behind on everything we got going here. Today's sales are at $306,185. We're at 11% of our budget, or we have 87% of the month left, so we're a little bit behind. Okay, so Robin, we need to ship some parts. All right. Things that we got going on, issues today. For the small side, we need SYS 109 or 167 backpack. We need to get one of those two tools back. Got it? All right. You got it running? All right, good. Maintenance, we need to make sure we're working on that vision system for Press 60. The customer's asking us about that. Make sure you go to the singles on G11. And then, Julie, those materials, I think we already addressed all that, right? Or those are on their way here? All right, cool. For the big side, Jimmy, things that we got going on, as soon as the tool room gets Black 8 back together, we need to get that in. That's going to be hot. 34, we need to change that over to the 106s. So I don't want to overrun. We're already overrunning the 103s. I want to get that done because we got to get that tool fixed. So I don't want to run any extra parts so we can get it repaired. Okay. 36, I know maintenance is working on the oil leaks, so let's make sure they got that taken care of. Good. 13, we need to take the dryer from 11 and get 13 running. Okay. 35, we need to break in and go to INS 17. And 22, we need to get RS 20 running. They were supposed to ship today, and we have a secondary operation that needs to get done, so we need to get that running right away. Okay. For pictures today, I know it's supposed to go over the 8 waste, but I was scrambling just to get the pictures here for you guys, but I wanted to talk about some of the 8 waste. One here we have over-processing. This was the InSinkErator, INS 21. The problem, the trim shell tool that we have for InSinkErator that we run a lot of parts on, we were running that job at 490 tons, okay? We're having a lot of issues with that tool where we're damaging it, and the slides are galling, and we're having all kinds of issues. So I asked Frank, I go, man, we really probably don't need 490 tons, do we? So we did some math. We think we needed about 180, but just to be safe, Jason and I walked it down to 160 tons. Okay, so we were just over-processing, thinking we needed 490 tons for a job that we really don't, which was causing us a lot of other issues down the road, okay? Might have been all of our issues with the tooling, so just something to keep in mind, okay? Again, for wasted motion and wasted time, I was working on Press 7 this weekend, running the job to see what's going on and why we're having so many problems with rejects. And I go over there, and the robot's moving in and out of the press, and I didn't get a video of it because I was kind of busy, but the robot's moving in and out of the press, wasting all kinds of motion. It's moving at 10% speed. So we're just slowly coming in, slowly coming out. It was stopping 8 inches above the part, waiting for the part to eject, and then moving down 8 inches and grabbing the part. So I cut all that out, and I saved 4 seconds on that cycle time just by optimizing the robot, okay? I'm open for suggestions, okay? I think everybody here can tell me that this is a complete waste of time. Putting the parts in the tubs for quality to come by and check the tubs and then dump the tubs. It's a complete waste of motion, waste of time. It takes all kinds of issues, okay? So I'm open for anybody's suggestion on how we can put the parts into the totes and not have to put them into the tubs. So I'm open for anybody that has any kind of suggestion on that, okay? I have a couple of ideas, but they're complicated, so I'm looking for something more simple, okay? So anybody that has any ideas on how we can eliminate this waste, I'd really appreciate it. It also causes defects and other issues, okay? We're producing bad parts. We have 2 operators over here trimming flash on this job. We've been trimming flash for, what, about 9 months, Jimmy? There's no way the operators can keep up, so we end up having to have one person over there all the time and another person helping out, okay? So it's just a complete waste of time, wasted motion, and we're really producing defects. I hope they're not making it to the customer, okay? I think you guys all know that we can't trim parts, and we can't 100% sword parts, eventually it's going to make it to the customer, okay? So Jimmy, when we get that job done, I want to get a red tag. Pat, we'll give you some samples. We'll need to get the flash fixed on that too. Okay? So those are my pictures, but I got one quick video of wasted motion that I also found on 77, and I'd like to show this for everybody to see. I'd like you to watch the robot and see if you can tell me what the wasted motion is. Sorry, I'm a little shaky holding the camera there. Anybody catch it? What was that? Well, we got to do that. Anybody else? We have to do that. We got to wait for the part. But did anybody see it? Yeah, Cheryl got it. As soon as it comes out of the mold, it moves forward and then tells the mold to go ahead and close and then goes on its way. Why would we waste our time? Why is the robot going up and moving forward and then telling the mold to close? Okay, so I'll start it. You guys can see it. So it grabs the part, comes up, robot moves forward, then the mold closes. So we're wasting the motion and we're wasting the time because the robot or the press is waiting on the robot, okay, to close, and we got that motion in there, okay? So just simple things like that. That may only be a half second or a quarter of a second, but that's all this time. That's what we sell, okay? Ashley has pictures for tomorrow, so we'll need to make sure that Ashley knows that. There wasn't any suggestions. The Kaizen events, I've got a couple of supplies I got to pick up for some of the events that I got going, so I'll try to reschedule those after I get the supplies, okay? That I know. Steve, do you have any customer visits? I'm not aware of any. Okay, so no customer visits at this time. All right.